Hey everybody out there, this is Seto Kaiba, and I hope you guys are all having some amazing vibes today, because today for you guys on this channel, we're going to be profiling the best deck of the new year, and that is Mokey Mokey. So I hope you guys are all feeling that Mokey Mokey love out there. Yeah guys, we're going to be profiling my updated Mokey Mokey deck profile. Last year, around this time, we profiled a Mokey Mokey deck profile. And due to us being in the new year, I decided we were going to do the Mokey Mokey deck profile. Now, currently, there's a possible ban list going to be coming out in January. So, you guys may either see this before the ban list or after the ban list. But I doubt anything is really going to get hit in this deck, being Mokey Mokey. But without further ado, let's get into the deck profile, talk about some of the new updates, some things I've tried out over the past year. Everybody loves this deck profile out there, guys, and I love it too. So let's get into it. So first off, we run our 3 Mokey Mokeys. If somebody wants to give me first ed Mokey Mokeys, I'd be very grateful, because I do not currently own first ed Mokey Mokeys. I do not own high rarity Mokey Mokey cards. I mean, if you have them, please give them to me, because I don't have them. They're so expensive. But yeah, we have 3 Mokey Mokeys, guys, out there. So 3 Mokey Mokey in this deck. It works with Mokey Mokey Smackdown. And as you saw at the beginning, we can also go for Mokey Mokey King over here. And no, this is not a joke. This is like a legit deck I've tried to construct it over the past 2 years, which is just a fun deck to play. And yeah, let's continue onward with the deck. So 3 Mokey Mokeys. It's a fun deck. It's not meta by any stretch of the imagination, but it is very fun to play. Next, we run 3 Honest, because everything in your main deck and a good majority of your extra deck is light attribute, so it works with Honest for that reason. So we definitely run 3 Honest, and in 2020, who is expecting to run into Honest? Not that many people anymore, so it's really useful in the deck. Next, we run 3 Guardian Light, which is a really nice card to have in the deck. And if you guys don't know what Guardian Light does, when this card is normal summoned, you get to target one level 1 light monster in your graveyard and special summon it to the field. Now, the cool thing about this is this card can be used to help go for Sylvan Princess Sprout, which is a good level 1 Xyz. It helps you bring back Mokey Mokeys. That's nice. You can also use it to link away. So maybe you bring back Mokey Mokey and then you link away this into maybe a Link Karibo or something else. So it's nice to have. And overall, you can also help it to go for link plays as well. So it's very nice to have in the deck as a Reborn-esque card. And I just like it as a 3 of in the deck. So yep, 3 of that. Next, we have our 3 Shining Angel. Now, you don't have to run Shining Angel, but I would run some variation of Shining Angel because of what you're able to do. Now, this being a fairy deck, we do run things to help prevent you from losing life points, so you can do certain things. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people run a card called Spirit Barrier, which states if you have a monster on the field, you don't take damage. I like going a step further and actually running this card, which I find to be a little bit better, which is Sanctuary in the Sky, because it works with Shining Angel. It works with all your cards, because if you look at all your monster types, what are they? For the most part, besides the extra deck, they are Fairy Attribute. And this card is searchable. Spirit Barrier is not as easily searchable as Sanctuary in the Sky, which works well in this deck. So that's why we run Sanctuary in the Sky. So what you can do very easily with this deck is you can take Shining Angel, run it into a monster, right? All right, you don't take the damage because it's a fairy attribute. It's a fairy type. Okay, cool. That's cool. You bring out Mokey Mokey. You kill that one Mokey Mokey. If you have another Mokey Mokey on the field, that'll become 3,000, and then you can beat them down. So it's really nice to use with the Mokey Mokey strategy. It's really nice, and I do like Shining Angel. In this deck, it's actually really neat to have because you won't lose the life points. You can use it to run into something and then bring out the monster you want to, which is nice. Next we run also 3 King of the Swamp. The reason we run 3 King of the Swamp, if you guys don't know, is this is used to help go for your Mokey Mokey King and to also help search out your polymerization in the deck. So this can be a substitute and also be a poly searcher, which is nice. So we definitely run 3 King because it helps you go into Mokey Mokey King. So yeah, people are probably like going, oh my gosh, he built a Mokey Mokey deck still. You're probably still shaking your head. But yes, you're still watching this video. And this deck is so freaking fun to play. I love this deck. It's literally a meme that my friends kept doing to me, and then I watched the episode last year, and I decided to make the deck, and I keep playing with it every couple months, and decide to re-update it. So 3 Mokey Mokey Smackdown. You can run 2 or 3 Mokey Mokey Smackdown. It is up to you. From playtesting, however, over the last year, I like 3 Mokey Mokey Smackdown. The reason for this is people will pop this card, it'll become dead, and you have to hard draw another one, which sucks. It really does, believe me. Like, if you put Mokey Mokey Smackdown, and then I've had somebody go Twin Twisters, and I'm kind of like, well, my deck just went up the creek without a paddle. It kind of sucks. So once you have it out, it's great. But if it gets destroyed through like True Draco, if you're running into True Draco, or just some back row removal, and you have to dig through your deck to hard draw it again, it sucks. And I want to see the card as soon as possible, and because there's no legit way of really searching the card is the reason I run it as a 3 of. If we got a search card that said, search a Mokey Mokey card from your deck, well yeah, then I would probably run 2 of it. But because we don't have something like that, you have to hard draw it, which is why I run 3 of it. I know it's not the greatest logic, but I'm not joking. I actually run 3 because there's been times I'm like, I have great setup, but I don't have Mokey Mokey Smackdown. So yeah, that's why I run 3 of it. 2 polymerizations, you only need 2. You have other targets besides Mokey Mokey King. So you can go into Mokey Mokey King, or you can go into First of the Dragons, which is just a good generic fusion for normal monsters, and it's very easy to make, and that's why I like it. So 1 Mokey Mokey King and 1 First of the Dragons. Well, I run double Mokey Mokey King because I've actually made double Mokey Mokey King in a duel, but you also can run First of the Dragons as well in the deck, just as an additional bonus depending upon situations. But yeah, 3 double polymerization is good in the deck. Next up, we run some, what can I say, equips. 2 Moon Mirror Shield. Now, there are other equips out there I've been trying out recently. There's one, I forget, I know it's very popular on Duel Links currently, and I've tried that out in the deck. I think it's like you gain 500 attack and your monster is protected and whatnot. It's cool, but Moon Mirror Shield is a little bit better because this deck is battle oriented. And what I mean by that is you're going to be, how can I explain this? You're going to be going to the battle phase a lot and doing a lot of battlefield tricks. And I actually want my monsters to get destroyed sometimes. Like Mokey Mokey King. Or Mokey Mokey, or something of that nature. So Moon Mirror Shield's really nice because say maybe you don't have Mokey Mokey Smackdown on the field, well then I can just use Moon Mirror Shield. So I could be like, okay, dang it, I don't have Mokey Mokey Smackdown. Well, I equip Moon Mirror Shield to Mokey Mokey and then I run over it. Or I equip Moon Mirror Shield to any monster and run over it. Because this deck has a lot of battle phase tricks for that reason. It's just nice to run it. So you can run other equips out there, but I just like Moon Mirror Shield as a 2 of in this deck because it's just nice to have. Next we run 2 Supply Squad because, like I said, you're going to be destroying your stuff a lot to some degree by battle, and this doesn't, yes, it takes a little bit of time to get this set rolling and get the deck going, and Supply Squad is a little bit slow, but this deck, like say I run into I run my Shining Angel into your monster, okay, that's a draw. Then I run my Mokey Mokey into it too, okay, that's another draw. I got 2 draws out of it right away. You see what I'm trying to say here? You're going to be doing stuff like that a lot, and for that reason, Supply Squad, once you get your deck up and rolling, it's really useful to have. So I like it in the deck a lot. As a 2 of. 3 of, definitely not, but you can play around with it. I just like it. It's nice to have. Double Infernal Summoning. This helps you bring out a whole bunch of Mokey Mokeys to your deck to do a bunch of different things. But yeah, 2 Infernal Reckless Summoning. 2 unexpected die. This is just another way to get a Mokey Mokey out from your deck. So pretty much if you don't have any monsters in the field, you use unexpected die and you get to beam out from your deck a Mokey Mokey. And then say maybe you have a Mokey Mokey in hand, then I normal summon the other Mokey Mokey, and now you're seeing where this is going from there. So that's how that works. Then we run 1 Tri-White, which pretty much just helps you reborn all your Mokey Mokeys. Think of this as like a soul charge for your Mokey Mokeys. Think of it like that way. But you got to have all 3 of your Mokey Mokeys in grave. But it's just a nice little one-of to run. Then we run a field spell, so we run 2 Ancient Sanctuary in the Sky and 1 Terraforming. You could run different ratios. Like you could run maybe if you want to Metaverse, if you want to in the deck. But I decide not to run Metaverse. There's other cards I'd rather run. But this is just really nice to have. And like I said, people run Spirit Barrier as well, which is nice. It's cool. But that's a trap card. It's a little bit slower. So what I mean by that is, say I drew this in Shining Angel. Well, I can use it with Shining Angel right away. If I draw Spirit Barrier, I can't do that. I have to set it, wait, then go Shining Angel. I can't be proactive. I have to be reactive. There's a difference, especially in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's why I'm liking Ancient Sanctuary of the Sky in the deck. And has it been working out well? Yeah. I was talking to some buddies after we did the original deck profile. We play with it. I started looking at the deck in like April or May of last year. And I was like, Ancient Sanctuary of the Sky needs to go in this deck. And I tried it out. And then this past summer when I was playing it off and on, I found out very quickly, yeah, it's better than Spirit Barrier. Yeah, it stays in the deck. So that's why I've made space for it. And it's been great to have in the deck ever since. So definitely run double Ancient Sanctuary in the Sky and 1 Terraforming. It really helps with your plays. 1 for 1, which it's pretty self-explanatory. You have a lot of level 1s in the deck. Mokey Mokey is a level 1 as well. So yeah, you run it. 1 Monster Reborn as well. These are just your one-ofs that you run in the deck and that are very nice to have. Now, I wanted to run some traps in the deck just in case, you know, things happen and just other traps that are really useful. So I decided to run some floodgates. So first off, I decided to run Goes in Match. It works with the deck because, yeah, you can't go into all your extra deck, but you're really not going to go into your extra deck a lot except for Pacific monsters. And Goes in Match hurts a lot of decks out there. And me doing this deck knowing that Master Rule 4.5, Master Rule 5, Revision, Master Rule, whatever you want to call it, is coming out in probably 2.5 months. And knowing that, you may be seeing this deck profile then, and knowing pretty much there's going to be a lot of different attributes floating around and whatnot, and different types of monsters and different decks and combinations of stuff, I think Goes in Match fits pretty well in that deck. Guessing that that's probably what's going to happen because I have a sneaking suspicion. So that's why we run 3 Goes in Match. It just helps against meta decks a little bit. It's nice. It's a floodgate, and it works well with your deck. I also, in addition to that, I run 2 Stormy Mirror Force. This is just a card just in case, say you are trying to protect some of your monsters. Say you have just 1 Mokey Mokey out in the field and you don't have a lot of card advantage. Well, you can just Stormy Mirror Force their entire field. It bounces back. Links, extra deck monsters, doesn't matter. It just goes bye-bye. And so that's why I like Stormy Mirror Force in the deck. Yes, it's a trap. Yes, it's slow. But like I said, you're doing a lot of battle phase tricks in this deck, which it works pretty well with the deck and how it functions. And I love it, and it's helped out so much, and it's gave me back games in certain situations. And people don't respect the back row as much as they used to. So, like, yeah, you could run Impermanence. Yeah, you could run Ash. Yeah, you could run this. But I just found that the consistency of this deck being a fun type of deck, which there's no way it's going to be meta or even, like, top in a tournament, even though I have gotten a couple of wins in tournaments with this deck because people just don't know what you're doing. It's just nice to have to run certain cards like this. Next up, the League of Nomenclature. This is just a good, nice little card to have. I'm not going to go into it too much, but pretty much you get to bring out more Mokey Mokeys to the field. Just easier. You want to spam your board with Mokey Mokey for that Mokey Mokey money. Now let's go into the extra deck, which I said, yeah, you go into some monsters, but you're not going into everything. So 2 Mokey Mokey Kings. My Mokey Mokey Kings are first ed, so they're max rarity. One, the first of the dragons, we run that as well. Those are all the fusions you run. I'll push those down. Next up, we run 2 Sylvan Princess Sprout. This is a light attribute, so don't forget it will work with Honest. But it's probably it's going to be the main exceed you're going to go for. It's the main exceed when I was playing last year that I went for, and all the other ones I just cut out because I never went for them. Double Link Karibo. It's just nice to have in the deck. We also won 1 Salamangreat All Mirage, which works well in the deck. 1 Hippo Shinigami, it does happen. 1 Underclock Taker, you can use this in some cool little trickery stuff. Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn, Borreload, and Savage Dragon. Excuse me, Sword. Borreload Sword Dragon. Sorry about that, a little bit tired. But yeah, that is the deck profile in a nutshell, guys. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Like I said, this deck is very fun to play, and I thoroughly enjoy playing it. It's pretty good at what it does. It's a fun deck. It is not meta, guys. But, like, you could run different things like Call by the Grave and Ash Blossom and things like that if you want to in the main deck. But the problem the deck has is consistency. And you need to run consistency cards instead of prevention cards like Call by the Grave and things of that in Ash Blossom. You need consistency in the deck because the deck hasn't gotten support since GX, really. Unless it's indirect support. Hopefully, maybe in 2020 or in the future, we do get Mokey Mokey support. I would find that hilarious. But this deck is really fun to play with your buddies. Like, it's super fun. You are going to have a ball playing this deck. You're going to get a good laugh. You're going to have some fun. You're going to win games. I promise you, you will win some games. And people are going to be like, I lost to Mokey Mokey. And you'll be like, yeah, you just lost to my Mokey Mokey deck. And you'll have a blast. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. And until next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling to all of you. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.